Is this thing on? This thing on? Hey everybody! Jonathan Latham here with you at Third Monkey, and yes, it's been a while, but that's okay. Listen, we have farted around. Am I allowed to say that? Farted around long enough with this and the paint job, and we're going to stop and call that a go. And we're going to start doing some hair work tonight. Now, I know there's probably a lot of people out there that do hair work a lot better than I am. And yes, I cheated a little bit. I bought this nice stretchy fabric with yak hair on it. And I got it from the same people that make the hair for Chewy. And that is National Fiber Technologies. They have a wonderful website called Harry's Closet. Get it? Harry's Closet. And it's a remnant shop. So I bought this whole piece for 30 bucks. 30 bucks, yes. So I could almost be Chewbacca myself in this stuff. So, all right, so we're going to start here. And I know it's probably a sin somewhere, but I'm going to hot glue the hair on. Okay. And then, so I'm going to hot glue the main hair on. I'm going to punch some hair into the top of the head. And then I am going to overlay some hair on the edges so that it'll blend in and not be such a crisp, clean line along the edge at the face. And I'm going to start at the easiest place, the back. So I'm going to take this and I am going to start here, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around to the other ear here, and I'm just going to take a quick gander at a measurement, and I'm going to start cutting. Now, when you're cutting a hair fabric like this, I like to cut from the underside, and I like to make sure that my scissors are right next to the fabric. That way I am not cutting away precious hair. Now, what I have noticed about this hair is it like a real person or chimpanzee, sheds a lot, and that's okay because we've got enough hair here to go around. So I'm going to start trimming. I'm keeping my scissors right next to the fabric, and I'm just cutting for now in a straight line all the way down to the end. And there you have it. All right, so now I know already there's going to be a little loose hair here. Like I said, that's okay, but very, very little that I lost more than most men with a receding hairline on any given day. Okay, so I'm going to start over here at this side, and I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm going to just start putting a bead of hot glue here, and I'm just going to do kind of a center line here to get the back of the head, and I'm going to kind of curve down just a little bit, like a natural hairline would go, at least for a human. I'm not that familiar with chimpanzees and their hair growth patterns, but anyways, let's do this. And I'm just going to do about halfway back to the back of the head and swirl this around a little bit. Try not to drip it on my fingers. If you've ever gotten hot glue on you, you know how much you want to yell and scream about that. Every once in a while, let out a word that your mom was not proud of. And then I'm just going to put this on, pressing it in. The worst thing you can do if you get hot glue on you is to try to rip it off, because it hurts twice as bad. So just let it sit there, put some cold water on it or something and let it cool, and then peel it off. And yes, again, like always, it's the ever-loving furnace kicking in. But you know what? That means we've got heat, and we paid the oil bill this month. So that's a good thing. Now this is a blend of a black and a brown hair, and that's a good start. I'm gonna layer in some silver into this once I get to a place that I'm done with what I'm doing. And I'm gonna do that with just a technique of pulling some strands of hair through a piece of either tinfoil or cellophane, and then taking those strands of hair that I've pulled through and making them silver. All right, and because I just want to add some silver highlights to this hair. Now, unlike humans, you can't really tell, like me, you can't really tell the age of a chimpanzee by the color of their hair, because they may still be younger and look old because they might have gray or silvering hair. Chimpanzees don't have hair that turns gray or silver like humans do. It's a little bit different. What they do have that we have is opposable thumbs. One of my favorite movies with chimpanzees in it is the one that Rick Baker did with chimpanzees for the Tarzan movie. Now, if you cut a little more than you need, you can always trim it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it so it's just going to lay around the back of his ear. Right there, like that. And I'll save this piece and use it somewhere else, because it's all good. And I'm just going to use a wood sculpting tool to press this hair in, because that way I'm not putting my fingers right on it. And I'm just checking where it's loose. Some of this dried before I got the hair put on. I might trim some of this up around the bottom once I try it on, and then that hair I can use to either punch in the top or to put on the edge around this front edging here. All right, I'm just looking at the photograph for some reference, yeah, I kind of like the way that's starting to turn out there. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to put another piece over the top here, probably covering all the way up to this ridge line, or about at this ridge line, coming back down to meet right here behind the ear, somewhere behind the ear, because I want to leave a lot of the forehead exposed, and then I'm going to punch a lot of hair up here to give it kind of a wispy, kind of a sticking up bed head kind of look. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. So you're thinking, so all of his hair here is sticking out kind of, you know, badly. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to dart this a little bit in a couple, maybe 2 or 3 places, so that won't do that. But before I do that, I'm going to just get a rough measurement off of where this is going to lay. I'm going to stretch it a little bit. Once again, I'm cutting in close to the fabric. All the way straight across. Gives me a nice clean cut. What I will have to say about this is it's very got a lot of static electricity in it. So on the back here, I'm going to go in and put like 3 notches, kind of like pleats, that are going to help this to fall a little better on the back of the head here. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to get out my handy dandy silver pen. I'm going to get a ruler. And I got 10 inches of material here. So I'm going to put one right in the center at 5 inches, and then I'm going to do one at 7.5 on this side. And 2.5 on this side. And I'm just going to do a wedge cut out of this. cutting it out. About 3 inches up. And about an inch wide. I don't know about where you are, but this past weekend we had about almost 2 feet of snow. It's been pretty cold here over the weekend. And once again, we'll save all these little pieces because we're going to use them other places on the head. All of this is valuable real estate. And really can use all of it. Nothing's really going to go to waste. As you see this, we've cut out 3 pleats on it to kind of help it drape better. We've also got every little piece of styrofoam laying on the table, sticking to this. I have a love-hate relationship with styrofoam. I think it's really great, but the little white foam pieces like the peanuts or the little foam beads, I don't like them. I think they're not only bad for the environment, but static electricity. You try to unpack a box with a bunch of those styrofoam peanuts in it and they just stick to everything, and it's extremely frustrating, and I've never had any experience with that at all, and I'm not bitter or jaded. But okay, so let's try this. See if this works better. And then when we comb that down and glue it down, it's gonna form a lot better to the head. See the difference? It's not sticking out at an angle now. It's laying down on the head better. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to stand up though. I'm going to run bead super glue, not super glue. Don't use super glue on this. Hot glue. Run a bead of hot glue here from one side over the top of the head. All right. Just to get it going. And I'm stretching it a little bit as I go. I feel like a chimpanzee now. I'm picking all the bugs out of this guy's hair, all the beads. They do like to groom each other. It's a weird habit. Somebody's got to do it. And then I'm just going to continue on to the other side. And I'm also going to stretch this a little bit. Oh, silence. It's golden. All right, I'm going to have to stop for a minute and take a break. And after I take a break, we'll come back and do some hair work. Listen, thanks for watching. Appreciate you being tuned in to Third Monkey. You can look at us. Don't fall out of your chair. You can look at us. It's not that great. Fall out of your chair over. You can follow us on LinkedIn and also Facebook. And you can find our videos on YouTube at Third Monkey. You have a great day and go out and make something, okay? Is this thing still on?